Okay, so in today's video, I want to check out this part of the price action in AAVE and see what is going on in terms of Elliott Waves, classic TA, and maybe some indicators, because I think there might be in this area some hidden bullish signs. So with that said, hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you're having a great time with your family and loved ones, and let's just dive in and see what is happening. So in AAVE, this move down right in here is actually quite strong. Now, if you want to say this is a correction, you can actually find a pattern for it, and it's going to be an A, B, C zigzag. Let's just do this. There we go. And by the way, in a zigzag, sub waves are going to be like this. 5 wave down into A. Let's just do this. And correction for wave B, maybe ABC, maybe WXY, maybe even a triangle, doesn't really matter. And then another 5 wave down into our C leg. Let's actually go on the live chart and do a quick count, zoom in more in here. Okay, so this can be starting from this high, wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down into our A leg, correction for wave B. I would say, yeah, it's actually an ABC zigzag. And then from this high, we can definitely argue, look, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into 1, correction for 2, another move down into wave 3, correction for 4, another move on the downside into wave 5. And basically, according to this scenario, the bottom in AAVE can be in. Now, in my opinion, this is not enough of a bullish sign for us in order to be able to say that in AAVE we're not going to go down anymore. No, you see, if you want to argue that, for example, we are going to have maybe our final bottom around this area, let's say this is like a very important support, okay, we must be able to find off of the lowest low in this region a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up. This specific example is a normal 5 wave. The rules for it are we should not have overlapping of the waves between wave 2 and 4, and in any kind of impulsive movement, wave 3 should not be the smallest wave. And in terms of the sub waves, you know it, if you are a regular viewer, we must have 5 up into wave 1, 3, and 5. There we go. And for wave 2 and 4, we can have many different possibilities. Doesn't really matter. Let's say, yep, sure. ABC into wave 4 and a WXY into wave 2. Understood? Okay, because we are now going to see what is happening starting from the lowest low down here. And let's actually go on 15-minute chart so we can identify the sub waves a bit better. So this is a very strong move on the upside, and I can definitely identify a 5 wave in it. Here is 1, this is probably 2, and then another 5 up, I would say to about here, yep, into our wave 3, correction for 4, another move up into wave 5. Followed by that, we can definitely say this is an A, B, C structure to about here, or maybe a WXY, doesn't really matter, generally some sort of a correction. And also from this low, you can definitely say this is 1, this is 2, and to about here, yep, we can definitely say this is our wave 3, and this might be an ABC running flat into wave 4, another move up into wave 5. Now, on a higher degree, here's the thing. So far, we are having 5 wave up in here and also here, and I can tell you, well, okay, maybe this is going to be like a 1, 2, 3, and the current move down is going to be a correction for 4 according to the bullish scenario. And this scenario suggests that soon in AAVE we must see at least another move up into wave 5 in order for us to be optimistic with quite a bit of confidence. Now, this is a problem. You see, this move down right in here doesn't really look like a correction structure. It's actually quite strong. And if you have been watching my channel before, you know it. One of the very important characteristics of a corrective movement is that it should be kind of a slow and choppy move on the downside. Having said that, we can still consider a bullish possibility in here and say maybe this is indeed like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now, since we are having clearly overlapping of the waves between our wave 4 and 2, well, okay, maybe this is going to be some sort of a diagonal structure, particularly, I think, an expanding leading diagonal, but we should definitely have an invalidation point for our bullish possibility, and it's going to be taking this low right in here about, let's say, $292. Why is that? You see, if from here or maybe a bit higher, we get another move down in order to take this low. At that point, we are just not going to be able to find an impulse in here, and this is just going to be an ABC zigzag, and it means that our move down in AAVE can actually continue a bit more in order to also take the lowest low in here, about $270. And I think we might go a bit lower than that to where? To somewhere around this very important broken resistance area between $240 to about $260. So again, taking this low will actually mean quite a bit in AAVE, and it suggests that we're gonna go maybe for another wave on the downside. But I want to be very clear, one way or the other, in my opinion, this whole move is just a correction, and after it's over, we are going to have some more huge and magnificent moves on the upside in AAVE. And as long as we're not taking the highest side and setting an all-time high, which I think it's somewhere around $670, I just don't believe that we are having anything to be worried about. I'm just going to say, in the short term, please do not be bullish with 100% certainty. There is no certainty in any market, and you definitely need to be open towards a bearish possibility, again, just in the short term, that suggests we might actually have a retest of this important level once more, and then afterwards we're going to get a move up. Now, why do I say that we might only go down to somewhere around here and, for example, not maybe a hell of a lot lower? Well, I have a couple of reasons for it. Let's go on H1 time frame. Maybe, yeah, actually H1 is good. Okay, so the idea in AAVE is that from here, we are having a 1, 2, 3, and the current move down is a correction into wave 4, and after it's over, we're going to have another move up into wave 5. Now, in terms of Elliott waves, whenever you are having a relatively deep correction for wave 2, at that point, you can say that our wave 4 is not going to be that deep, and instead it's just going to take its time, and it's going to be maybe some sort of a consolidation pattern, and then afterwards, we're going to get another move on the upside. That's why I want to argue in AAVE, if we are going to get another move down, we're not going to go a whole lot lower than this point. No, because this is a correction structure into our wave 4, and in here wave 2 is definitely deep, suggesting that this is going to be more likely than not just some sort of a sideways price action. Do I have another reason for this corrective movement to not be that deep? Yes. Let's go on 30-minute chart, zoom in more. Okay, so let me give you a quick analysis on what is happening in here. This move down is quite strong, fair enough, but after this move, we got a decent move on the upside. And in terms of Fibonacci's, let's just draw a Fibonacci retracement. There we go. As you can see, in this phase, we retraced to somewhere around the 90% of the Fibonacci retracement level of this move down right in here, which suggests that bulls actually in AAVE are quite strong and bears do not have the upper hand. And having said that, I think we can kind of safely say that the next move down is not going to be that deep. If bears were absolutely strong in AAVE, then okay, odds are that in this phase, we wouldn't have gone to about these high prices. And for example, maybe at that point, we would only go up to somewhere around these areas. And then after it, we could expect a very strong rejection from these levels. However, this did not happen, and instead we got a deep retrace on the upside, which suggests that bears in AAVE are definitely not that strong. And this is, in my opinion, a very important sign that says, look, we can have another move on the downside in AAVE, but it's not actually going to be that deep. And if we are going to take this low, we're not going to go a whole lot lower, and we can definitely have a retrace of this very important level, and hopefully after a very strong bounce back. So let's have our final conclusion and wrap up today's video. In AAVE, in the midterm, meaning in the next couple of months, one way or the other, I am 1000% bullish. Do not let the short-term price action fool you into believing that I believe something else. Absolutely not. I think we just started a great bull run in AAVE, and as long as we're not setting an all-time high, there is just nothing to be worried about. Having said that, in the short term, we can have two different possibilities. The bullish scenario suggests the bottom is in right in here, and this is like 1, 2, 3, correction for 4, and after it's over, we're gonna have another move up into wave 5. Now, I need you to not be bullish at the moment with a lot of confidence, and definitely have your eyes on this very important low around $292. Why is that? Because if we take this low at that point, this is not going to be an impulse, and from here we can have another 15 to maybe even 20% move down in order to reach to about this level, and then we can definitely have a very strong bounce back. And if in here I see the right setups, who knows, maybe at that point I'm gonna go long in AAVE. So I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in AAVE's chart. Anyway, if you found any value in my content, I would really appreciate if you like this video and consider subscribing to my channel and follow me on Twitter. And if you want more, maybe you want a complete analysis for your own specific crypto, or maybe you want to learn some decent TA in order to be able to make good money in the markets, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. And until the next video, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.